Hi guys! In today's video, I talk about things to remember to do before you're going on vacation. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Yana and I have done a few other videos on travel. So if you're curious to see those, they're linked in the cards above here and underneath this video. But in today's video, I talk about things to remember to do before you are going on vacation, on a trip, or do anything when you're going out of the house for a few days or more. So I am sure that you might be aware of some of them, but some of them might be new to you. So I hope these are helpful to you. Number one, make a list of all the things that you need to bring with yourself to the trip, to the airport, wherever you're going. Having a list is extremely helpful because you think that you remember those items, but you don't. Have an actual checklist where you can go and cross off the items that you are putting in your suitcase, putting your carry-ons, or like putting in your bag of snacks in the refrigerator or something like this. Make sure that you have a list to not forget anything. Number two would be to go, like after you have your list, go shopping to get any other items that you're missing that you need to bring with you for your children, for the guests, for the trip that you're going to, depending on where you're going to. Like you will be doing different things. Our most recent trip was for a wedding for my sister-in-law, so we had to bought some wedding outfits for the boys, and for my husband we needed to bring wedding card and like I don't remember what else. Oh, a bunch of snacks and some toys for the kids. So just go shopping a few days before, well, depending on your timeline. If those things are a little bit more difficult to find, then maybe go a little bit more ahead of time so that you have the time maybe to order it online or whatever. Look at the items that you need to bring with you and find a way to get those to your house a few days before you have to leave the house. Number four, or three, whatever, no particular order, I'm just telling you, put all of your suitcases, carry-ons, backpacks, little purses, umbrellas, shoes, the clothes that you're wearing to the morning of your departure, the strollers, water bottles, basically everything that has to go in the car in the morning or whatever time you're departing. Put it in one space. For us, our entrance door is in our living room, so I basically just put everything on our living room floor and it was right by our door. For you, it might be a little bit different based on where your door is, but just have one space that you can put everything onto your floor. And when you have your checklist, just look at it and make sure that you're not forgetting your car seat, your, I don't know, water bottles, your snacks, like everything that you have to bring. Put it in one space so that you see it at one glance and make sure that you have it all together for yourself. My next tip is to type up. I wrote it in my phone. You can always write it on paper, whatever is easier for you. I just wrote a short like schedule or itinerary for myself for that morning. And basically I calculated back the times when I had to wake up. If our flight was at 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:16 to be exact, I counted that we have to be at the airport 2 hours before the departure. Then it's another 30 minutes of taking a shuttle bus from the parking to the airport. It's another 40 minutes of driving from our home to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to get to the parking. And I just remember to put the amount of time to put in your children, if you have children, in the car. It takes 15 minutes, if not more, to make sure that they're dressed, they have their shoes on, and just put them in the car seat. Make sure you have 20 minutes or 15 minutes to put all of your stuff in the car. Make sure that you have another 30 or 20 minutes to finish packing, because in the morning, for me, I wash my hair every morning because of my skin type and my hair type. I kind of have to wash it every morning. So I used all of my hair products, all of my makeup products, all of my hygiene products. I showered before we left. So I needed to finish packing. I needed to grab snacks out of the refrigerator. So make sure you have time to finish packing before you're leaving. And again, if you're showering, make sure you have enough time to shower and dry your hair, brush your teeth, grab breakfast if you want breakfast early or whatever time you're leaving. So I just created a small schedule for myself, and I knew exactly when I needed to wake up in order for us to get out of the door on time and to be at the airport on time. My next tip is to clear out your refrigerator as much as possible, because again, depending on how long you're leaving, but if it's 5 days or longer, your leftovers probably will go bad and you will not want to eat them when you come back. So it's just easier to discard them now when they're somewhat fresh, rather than coming home and they're like slightly stinky or moldy or whatever. So what we did, I emptied our refrigerator as much as possible the evening of before we were going on a trip. The next tip: take your trash out the morning of when you're leaving the house, so that when you come back, it's not like fruit flies and ants and mold and stink. It's like, yeah, it can get very disgusting. So make sure to take the trash out kind of when you're leaving the house, so that it's not sitting in your house for multiple days and gets all crazy disgusting. Another tip on the same note: if for some reason you were cooking and eating the night before or whatever, if you have fresh food, if you do not have time to throw it away right now, I just put it in the refrigerator, because it is going to be going bad in the refrigerator at a way slower pace than when it's sitting on my counter, because when I come back it is like all slimy and yeah, moldy. So it is easier for me to put it in the fridge, and when I got home I cleaned out all of my refrigerator. I dumped some milk because the milk went bad, and some of the leftover foods that were discarded. So that's my tip for you: just whatever is left in the house, keep it in the refrigerator, because it will keep it from not stinking, and it will be like slowly going bad rather than like exploding into mold. Another thing to remember: if you're going away for multiple days, like longer than 3 or 4 or 5 days, if you have neighbors that you like and trust, I would suggest you ask your neighbor to take your mail out. Depending on where you live and what your lifestyle is, if you're ordering a lot of things or if you get a lot of mail, your mailbox can start overflowing, and your mailman will be a little bit I mean, it's their job to deliver mail, but like, you don't want to make them unhappy or like try to stuff things that don't fit into your mailbox. Plus, another thing, like if people see that your mailbox is overflowing, it's another sign that you're not home. So it's always safer to have someone come and pick your mail up, so that it's not like very visible that you're gone from your house. My next tip would be similar on that note. If you normally have your lights on in your house, maybe like throughout the night, if you have like little lights or whatever, or the front porch light, we always leave our front porch light on during night. So we just kept it on for the whole week that we were gone, just so that the house doesn't look completely abandoned and all lonely, because I don't know what can happen in any day and age. So just be on the safe side, and if you think that your house look more lived in when there's a little bit of lights on, leave some lights on. And my last tip that I could remember that I did right now that we were getting ready to go is take care of your loved ones that are staying in the house. So basically your pets or your plants. We do not own pets, so I do not have much advice. So your pet probably would have to go to a sitter, so that they're not like all lonely for multiple days and cannot go to the bathroom or whatever. But your plants, I have lots of plants. I love them lots, maybe not that many, but I love plants very much. Make sure to water your plants right before you're leaving. If you can make a point to put it on your schedule in the morning to water them then. Otherwise, just make sure plant plentifully before you, like a day before you're leaving, so that they have something to drink. If it's summer and if it's warm, maybe even consider taking them outside so that they can enjoy the beautiful light and possibly some rain. On the other hand, maybe be careful, because if there are like cats outside, they can destroy your plants. That might be a little bit sad. Or if it's super hot, they can burn, like if they're not used to being outside. So take care of your plants. And those were all the tips that I used right now that we were going away for a trip, which were very helpful to me. I hope they're helpful to you as well. If you like these topics, as I mentioned, I have the whole playlist about travel. However, if you're also interested in topics about motherhood, work, work from home, or any of the things associated with balancing your life and being more productive, I would love to have you as my subscriber, because these are the topics that I talk about. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye bye.